Don't ask me what this is because I don't know. Go ahead and retweet the room. We're going to be picking one retweet winner for 0.069 ETH, or 0.0069 ETH, sorry, not that much. Later on. Trying to get some more people to speaker up here. I don't know how successful I'm being. GM.
Hello. What are you doing up, guys? Isn't it like 2 a.m.?
It is 1:47 in the morning for me at the moment, here on the East Coast. We are watching, but you know what we're doing up this late is we are watching the ending of this beautiful Noun 575, the party pineapple. This noun is gorgeous. We did a good job.
Go.
We did a really good job.
It's one of the best nouns I've seen in a while, I think.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
And with like the black noggles like contrasting with the ridiculous accessory on the show. It's so nice. It's so good. So good.
It really is. I'm pulling up all my windows right now for nounoclock.app.
What are some of those windows?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
nounoclock.app.
Do tell.
What are you doing here, Toady? Oh my god, this is a 2 a.m. party. You guys are crazy.
I know, and I have to be up at 6 a.m. too, but I figured if I haven't slept yet, I mean, there's no point now, so this is what I'm
Godspeed.
I'll send you one of my energy chips.
For some reason, I got obsessed and made something funny too, so I'll post that up top while you tell people how to follow along.
Fantastic. So at the moment, we are watching the end of the auction on nounoclock.app, where we've got about a little over 3 minutes left. This noun is currently going for 38.27 to OX0468. If we don't get another bid, even if we do get another bid, there may be a bit of a bidding war because this is a beautiful noun and they've still got 6 ETH left in their wallet. So we've got a little bit of wiggle room. Once we do see the end of this noun, which we very well might very soon, we're going to be heading over to fomonouns.wtf, where we are going to thumbs up or thumbs down, noun after noun after noun, until we find one that enough of us like, and that's going to be the next noun. We're going to get to pick it right here. After FOMO, we're going to play another game called NOMO, but we'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
We like to burn bridges around here. Can I ask you a technical question?
Absolutely.
Is it safe for people to retweet the room?
It's very safe for people to retweet the room. In fact, it is a good idea. I mentioned this earlier, but you actually can get 0.0069 ETH just for retweeting the room. It is the easiest money you'll ever make. Trust me.
I think you might have thrown an extra zero in there, unless we're cutting down on the budget, but I think we went.
No, my brain screwed up the mint price of NOMO, and
mint.
It's better than the
0.069. NOMO mint when it starts 0.0069. It's 1:50 in the morning.
Retweet now, and
honestly,
you
like,
could
one
win
time,
0.000000069 ETH per day for the rest of your life.
We may it will all cover half of the gas fee.
Yeah, we'll cover the gas on the zero transaction.
It's like that lottery. There's a lottery here in Canada, and it's called Millionaire for Life, or something like that. Maybe Cash for Life. And anyway, you can either take a lump sum, and it's like 200 grand if you win, or you can like take basically a salary for the rest of your life from the lottery, and it adds up to $1 million at some point. Anyway, I'm not sure why I'm telling this story, to be honest.
Probably because you were
I'm just
thinking
trying to
about
see the
how I
edge
was
of this
going to nickel
content.
and dime our audience. That's
I get the point I'm trying to make is I think you're always supposed to take the lump sum. I don't know, or do you
it's the
just want to be
smarter
on the
option.
dole from the lottery corp for the rest of your life? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I
Maybe
mean,
you feel
Well,
more like you have a job then.
if you take the monthly pay or like the broken up one, you've got to trust that they're going to custody your money for the next 10, 15, 30 years. Maybe I think they're 25-year lotteries, aren't they? So it's like 25 years.
Well, here in Ontario, the lottery company is a Crown Corporation. It's owned by the government. So if you didn't get your
Yeah,
lottery
they're not
payment,
going
probably
anywhere.
something else has gone very, very terrible. And you probably don't live in that country anymore. The country's probably fallen. But
Yeah.
one thing I was thinking, Ben, is that maybe your family, like if you have like really weird family, they wouldn't come after you if you're just getting that little extra per month. Maybe it's easier to ward off the
Yeah, exactly.
sucklers.
You can
maybe.
just play like I've
By the
got a
way,
job.
speaking of winners, we did get a new higher bid, 39.04 on this pineapple noun. So we'll see.
We're so
Might get
back,
even further
baby. We're
extended.
so back. You know what's something that's interesting about the pineapple noun that a lot of people don't know? It's really difficult for him to eat since he had his jaw wired shut as a teenager. A lot of people don't know that about pineapple noun. He has to eat through a straw, or sometimes if he's super hungry, 3 straws, but still difficult.
3 of the like big blocky boba straws, like just one in each slot.
That's right.
Speaking of welcome back, Bixby, it's been a minute since we've talked to you here. How you doing?
Hey, what's good? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah,
Loud
fantastic.
and clear.
Hey, it's been a while, and Robot Fish, it's so embarrassing because you're like, hey, you want to jump on? And I'm like, hey, it's 10:45. I need to go to bed. And you're like, it's 1:45 and I'm not in bed and I'm doing a spaces, like, get the hell on. So here I am.
Okay, I was a lot more polite than that, but that is the basic.
No, it's so good to
I worded it better.
You did. I made that last part up, but no, it's so great to connect with everyone. I know it's been a while since we did our first spaces with all of you, and I was just happy to jump on. I was like, it's been a minute. Definitely need to catch up with everybody.
So I wanted to for the people who don't, because we've got a couple new faces in the audience, new regulars actually, that weren't around so much when we had the spaces with your group. So do you want to tell people about like the I don't know how we're pronouncing this, nouns? I know it's nouns, but
Yeah, we still have an internal
It's a
debate
little bit of
about
it's a nuance pronunciation, I
it's a
guess you could say.
nuanced pronunciation. Yeah. Yeah, so no, thank you. So we are basically, how do I explain this? So in November, obviously everybody knows that the Utes collection was revealed on Solana, and one of the traits that was part of the Utes collection was a bunch of Utes who had the red nouns glasses, and kind of organically, what sprung from that was a DAO, essentially, of all these Utes nouns um, who got together and were really, really passionate about everything that NounsDAO has been doing, in terms of the governance model, the voting, the treasury. And it was kind of a big opportunity for us because, there wasn't NounsDAO yet or a Nouns presence, and even kind of Nouns proliferation in any way on Solana. And for the first time, we had a collection that had those Nouns glasses, and things kind of spun up like really, really quickly. I think within a week or a week and a half, I think we jumped on spaces with the Noun Square, and it was amazing. And yeah, we've been just building as fast as we can. And Frank dropped some surprises for us on Christmas, which kind of derailed things a little bit. But it's all good. We're super just stoked to be building. Basically, the biggest update is that Utes is actually going to be bridging over to Polygon, which is the news that he dropped on Christmas. And so we kind of pivoted and went back to the drawing board a little bit to think about kind of the best way forward. And we've kind of landed, and we haven't gone public with this yet, but we have hinted at it through a few tweets like this week and last week. But we will keep a presence on Solana, and we will also go for Polygon. So we're going for both, and we're going to be multi-chain. So that's been the biggest update.
I like it. That's awesome. Yeah, I had heard about it, but it's so cool to hear about it straight from you instead of through whispers on Twitter.
Yeah, so
it's been fun watching you build. And did you maybe just want to share with the audience how few tokens there actually are that have that trait? And
of course,
in a minute 20 year life.
Yeah, so there's so the collection of Utes, there's 15,000 Utes, but in the collection of nouns, there's 374 Utes with the nouns trait. And so far, I think there are about 50 Utes nouns that haven't been minted yet. So those are still kind of out there, but in total, there's 374.
Awesome. It's a pretty select group. Like even more like, with nouns, there's only 575, which is a lot less than a lot of projects. But when you start having these almost sub-DAOs built within an existing project and these subgroups, it's exclusive, but also like the stuff that you guys are doing and just following you on Twitter is magical, frankly. By the way, we've got about 30 seconds left on this pineapple auction, assuming we don't get another bid. And it's looking like we probably don't. This 2674 that extended the auction before only has 1.16 ETH left in their wallet. There's only 10 seconds left. That is not enough time for another bid to come through. So we are going to fomonouns, fomonouns.wtf. Make sure to queue it up.
Let's go.
And we're playing FOMO. That is a really nice chart.
Good shot.
With the anchor?
Yeah, pretty nice.
Joshua Fisher is definitely an anchor of TNS.
Oh.
Always holding us
true. Thank you, but we didn't have consensus.
We did not.
We did not.
But you know what? You might on FOMO.
Does anyone else love how tired Joshua Fisher sounds super drunk?
The late night spaces.
All right, I'll get my sit up straight.
It's fine. I'm currently hunched over a coffee table, so I know the feeling.
This shroom is so nice. Why would we not mint that shroom?
Oh,
Matrix wallet. That's a good one.
What's the
Matrix? We're gonna have a rough NOMO session.
Oh man, so cool.
Oh, this bell.
I've got to.
Wait, should we try to do a marathon?
I'm saving
Guys,
anyway.
should we start trying to do marathon FOMO sessions to try to get back to normal hours here? Is that what we should do?
Yeah.
Fine.
Is that our strategy? So it's got to be a real good noun, like a real nice, maybe a wizard for Wizards down.
Blueberry version.
I am still actively looking for a wizard.
We need a
Information Sun. Oh man, Nouns Latam would love this one. Andre, where you at?
Not a mouth.
Yeah, I would really want to get if Nouns Latam ever buys a noun, I would definitely want it to be the totally definitely a burro head.
A what?
The kangaroo.
Roll your.
Should we do Jupiter again? Jupiter heads every day.
That would be out of this world.
Coming up in a long time, but.
Oh, that killed him. I could go to the most dope chili.
Too often, and then we mint one, and now they're just here.
Chill. Here's some dope.
Sounds like you're in a pipe now, Robot Fish Girl.
Oh, Canadian jet ski.
That's nice.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Why is it Canadian?
I like the jet ski. I like the snowmobile. It's not a jet
I
ski.
do. Oh, this
I
is
love
clean.
that
That was
ramen.
actually a jet ski
I
sitting
said
on a
yes to
rack
this.
with life
I like the ramen
Star.
head too much.
Or ramen.
The ramen.
That was
queen.
a
I should have
semicolon.
voted afterwards.
The Canadian jet
I think we
ski.
got this one.
Oof.
Guys, we
Yep.
Yep,
said
we got it.
marathon FOMO session, not
We got a
sprint.
sweet
Dude, this
ramen.
one's too good.
All
Don't
right.
hate.
I'm just so hungry.
It's too good.
Head over to
It's too aesthetic.
nomo.wtf and have a look what's
Yeah.
going on. Make sure you connect.
Hey,
45 seconds.
head
Oh, wow,
over
the
to NOMO.
turntables. Cody,
Head
want to
over to
explain
NOMO.
NOMO for us?
Well, first of all, you're going to take a look at the noun of the day that we just minted, and then you're going to head over to NOMO and noodle on which one you're going to choose here to save from the land of NOMO. See what I did
I
there?
brought this on myself.
29
But-
seconds remaining. You're going to look at this beautiful group of nouns that are about to be destroyed in the fiery pits of noun hell unless you change their
Dang,
fate
dude.
and rescue them right now.
You get intense.
16 seconds
bomb.
left.
I get sleepy and you
16
get
seconds left.
intense.
Which one are you going to go for? Are you
Look at the
going
bomb
for
with the
dope
rubber
pepper?
duck
Went,
Are you
Tony's
going
supposed
for
to be
I
asleep
sushi
really
wow?
right
like
now.
this.
Are
I
you
really like the
going
stars.
for what are you going for? 2
Oh my
seconds.
god,
Let's
Tony's
go.
over that
I
shark.
really
Go
like
for
the
that
colors.
shark,
But
y'all.
we're going. We're
Oh,
playing.
going for the
Make
shark.
sure you connect. If you do not connect your wallet, you're not going to be able to play
If
this
you're
game.
not clicking on that shark with
I'm
the
going for
anchor,
the
you're
pufferfish
tweaking.
mostly because Abtoshi forgot that this head existed
Come
earlier
on, y'all.
today.
Don't play no more games. Get this shark.
I like the puns in this.
I'm trying to save this
The
dumpling in the
robot
bomb.
That's a
computer
very
is
good
so
bomb,
good
man.
too. Oh my god!
It's a very good
I
bomb.
swear, I will
Like
single-handedly
shark,
carry this
man.
pufferfish to the finals.
And the bomb.
Tickety tick tick tickety click click.
Clickety click
Oh
click
no, not my
clickety click
chopper,
click.
not my chopper.
Oh, I can't get the
Blow
bomb
it
and
up.
the dumpling. Damn it.
Oh man, now what?
Oh, dumpling it is.
Ah, the bomb is
All
out.
right, I switched to the shark. Fine.
I mean, it's obvious, man. It's a shark. So
I'm
you have to look at
letting the robot
Oh.
and the fish die. Are you happy?
Ooh.
All
All
right.
right.
right, it's the shark
Final
in the
round.
bow.
Yeah.
Who wants shark
Anchor talk your
dumplings?
dad's
Let's go.
Pick one.
It's the East Side
Shark
Story.
dumplings.
Did someone say shark dumplings?
Shark dumpling sounds ridiculously decadent. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's really close.
Are we playing Shark Bow right now?
We're not
Shark
gonna do
Bow.
it.
It looks like the battle's gonna win. We're gonna lose the shark.
Oh,
No!
that's a good.
No.
I love this dumpling.
That's a
Oh,
good
yeah.
battle, though.
I'm going to pull
Joshua
out my
Fisher.
OG now that looks like this and show you. It's crazy. It's so similar.
Consensus has been reached.
Joshua Fisher right now is that meme. Sorry, Ben. Go ahead. I didn't hear you. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
Oh, well, anyways, Josh. I was gonna say Joshua Fisher is that meme that says I took that personally right now because we just voted against his shark.
Honestly, I took it personally, and I was.
What's with gas?
What is with gas? No, is it really high? Is there something going on right now?
33?
Did you?
Pretty high, yeah.
I didn't even look.
I think that's you, bro.
I didn't even look.
I'm not
Wait,
getting that.
Josh, did you get rugged as we lost the shark?
Yeah, rugged, or did he purposely just?
He just requested to speak
No, I had
again.
to
Did
take
you
it.
get
I
rugged
had
as
to
we lost
step
the
out for a
shark?
little breather.
One thing that we forgot to
I'm
mention
not
is
sure
if you
that
don't
personally.
vote for sharks on NOMO, we have it hooked up to boot Joshua Fisher from the space. So it is a little
Well,
bit of
y'all didn't
it's
even
kind
know
of
that that's
like
my favorite. That's my favorite Noggle color as well.
oh man, well you got to speak up.
I mean,
speak up. I mean,
listen.
now-
I was
it
already
was
putting
either
shark, so
it just had to be serendipitous.
but listen, how do you feel about dim sum though?
I love this. I love this. So
Oh well.
show me
Joshua
show
Fisher's not happy, but the majority has spoken and the NOMO has been rescued. And as I mentioned earlier, there's no mercy at all for all of the other nouns that you did not vote for. They will never be seen ever again. They've been destroyed. So
No, but
you can either feel happy about the bow or extremely guilty about all the nouns that you've essentially killed in some sort of a gamified trolley problem tonight here on the Noun Square.
In all fairness, though,
over to you, Robot Fisher.
This bow is
You
awesome.
just called NOMO a gamified trolley problem, and I don't know if I'm ever going to recover. Because the worst part is you're right. So
that's what my wife always says to me.
What the NOMO is the worst part is you're right.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
You
That's
wish.
never happened.
I mean, anyway. Now back to the guest.
Oh yeah, the guest. Wait. Before the guest, though, you got to tell the people what to do with the NOMO. They're just staring at this bow. They don't know what to do.
Right. So, what to do with the NOMO? Mint it. Anyway, carrying up. No.
Collect it for fun to represent this moment
it is
of your life.
It is mostly for fun. 100% of the ETH that we get from NOMO goes directly into supporting TNS and making it so that we can continue to do this show and continue to operate this, Nounish media company and keep bringing you awesome content every 24 hours because somebody thought that was a good idea.
Yeah.
She said bitterly in 2 a.m.
We shouldn't talk about Noun 142 when he's not here to defend himself.
You know what? That's fair. You're absolutely right. But I am really happy with this ramen head now, as well. With the Blink Sparkle accessory, it's so nice. All right.
That's a fact. It is a nice looking noun.
It's such a nice looking noun. Like I wanted to keep FOMO going so that we can push the time back a little bit. Not too much because Tony, if it helps any, I have to get on a bus at 5:00 tomorrow after tomorrow's show.
That does help, actually. Yeah, thank you. 5 a.m.
I am definitely going to be pulling the all-nighter tomorrow.
Did you notice that our noun and our NOMO do match today, though? I don't know if we did that on purpose, but they're both kind of like Asian cuisine.
Oh my god, they do!
Are you serious?
It's like a nice side dish. Well,
yeah, there's a ramen and a bao.
Oh, right. It's like a whole meal. I see. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. The NOMO's an appetizer, and then we've got the noun for the main course.
I'm just putting
Ben,
together.
you're the one for whom it's not 2 a.m?
Yeah. I'm just busy. I'll show you what I'm busy doing. I'm going to post it under here in a second.
That's kind of fun. Have we thought about like coupling? Like we always just do them independently, but there is something kind of fun about like we couple them together. Like
we definitely tried to match them before. Like when we were looking for a trait and missed it the first time, got it the second time. I know we've minted a NOMO to match, but I don't know if we've really thought about it other than that and to do things like this where they complement each other.
Hold on,
well, we've done it now. Balls? We've done it now.
We've done it now, and it wasn't even deliberate.
So what is this that you've just posted, Ben Buddy?
I'm just dropping it right now. I'll pin it. It's like it's like one of my OG NAs just going out for dinner. It's the same guy, or they're best friends. I'm not sure, but it's.
Oh, I thought we were looking at the AO Metaverse thing first. I was looking at that tennis ball.
Oh,
trying to figure out.
I mean, that's something else we can talk about if you like to as well. But I've just pinned this little brotherly combo.
I pinned that.
I
pinned that, and it's also in the comments.
Not showing up for me yet, but I will take your word for it.
Yeah. So,
Ben, not for me either, but I totally believe you.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
they're writing tweets of love, but not for me.
It's the same character.
Yeah. Firstly, the OG,
it's the same character.
OG NA and the NOMO from today. Like, I'm so stoked that I have both of these in my wallet. It's like they're so similar, and they're the coolest guys on the block. I like his new shirt.
He just it's basically the same character. It's just like this is like afternoon skating and then like going out at
exactly.
Night
That's it. He's got his round noggles or noggles, and then he's got his square noggles. Got a different shirt on to match the board.
Okay, I'm seeing it now. That is cool.
But he has very sensitive eyes, so he always has to wear shades no matter what.
Exactly.
I wear my sun.
you thought people were going to talk over you and you wouldn't have to finish that one, eh, Josh? Unfortunately,
I went straight
silence
to mute.
prevailed.
Went straight to mute.
So yeah, I mean, Davin did just pin the AO
Now
Metaverse
back to
tweet.
the guest. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Davin
That was
did
my
just
best impression of RFG.
My voice isn't even that high.
So
Wait, I almost just clicked on Time for Ben explains memes badly.
when are we
Except
gonna
you
bring some
actually did
memes
explain
back?
it pretty well.
We need some memes. So
He
I can
hasn't been
explain.
doing that lately. Yeah. He's
Yeah,
had me
the few
explaining all
memes
the
you
memes
have
badly.
explained you've been doing really well. I've been really proud and really depressed that I couldn't use that stinger that I spent 3 hours on.
I guess it's like the one thing that you can only do when there's no practice. As soon as you've done it a few times, like, damn, he's getting good at this now. So.
Yeah, well, you said that about the new POAP game too, and I'm still crap at that. So
yeah, we'll see.
I want to see the meme where they like all the baseball players walk out of the field, where it's like if you build it, they will come, but they all got the noggles on. I don't think I've seen that one yet.
This has been Joshua Fisher explains memes badly. We need a stinger by tomorrow.
Josh explains memes badly.
Y'all know that you know the Field of Dreams. You know the Field of Dreams.
We'll do it live.
Seamless. Absolutely seamless.
No one's gonna know. They're gonna know. How would they know?
This has been RFG explains TikTok memes badly.
RFG does impressions of TikTok memes badly. Anyway.
Hey, Big.
Yeah,
oh God, it really is 2 a.m. Huh?
Let's look at this art ball that Davin's posted up here, because this is something that came about during the NFT Fest Australia, like down in Melbourne, that we went to and set up the Nouns booth and did the panel and everything. Garmy got talking to one of the guys from Australian Open and has lined up like a little collab here where they're dropping these Nouns AO art balls, and they've got all these cool nouns on them and noggles and sneak peek at these designs, which I thought they weren't final yet, but I suppose they are, since they're posting them 13 minutes ago. And I think it's minting tomorrow. So this is cool because the Australian Open's huge, and it's like a sport crossover with NFTs where they're doing these AO art balls with sponsorships and stuff like that. And we're lucky enough to just line it up and get some involvement there, and it's pretty cool to see. I kind of want one of these balls in physical form.
Yeah, same. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I would never be able to use them, but they're awesome.
Shout out to German in the audience. I know this is this is quite a huge deal for Nouns, and he has the zebra noun, so I'm always excited to see what Down Under is always cooking.
Oh yeah, he's in the Nouns AU crew with us, handling all the Nouns AO art ball goodness. I've done very little, to be honest. It was a thing that Garmy put together, and I've had trouble keeping track of what's going on. But I linked him up with Klim, gave him some 3D assets. There's some stuff coming with metaverse things in Decentraland and Roblox, and so there'll be wearables of tennis ball heads with noggles on them, things like this. And the Nouns AO art balls will be, I believe it's tomorrow. I should read this tweet just to be positive. 8 a.m. for me tomorrow. So it's in about 14 hours. Yeah.
And each is 0.11. It's amazing. It's amazing. After this, we'll do the US Open, I guess.
Now back to the guest.
Yeah. Now back to the guest. So, Bigsby. Now that I've berated you to come on a space at 11 o'clock at night and then ignored you for most of it, how are you doing?
Hey, I have to say, you guys really bring it. Given the hours that it is, like you have more energy than a lot of 50% of spaces in the afternoon or during the day. It's pretty awesome.
It's that 9 o'clock energy.
That's because we're sleep deprived.
Guys, it's working. It's working. Keep it up. Just gotta do this for 10 more minutes.
We practice by doing 24-hour spaces and just exposing ourselves to insane hours with now.
Yeah, when you have to keep your energy up for 24 hours straight, and then you do something like this, it's
what we try to do is we
easy.
do 24-hour spaces, and then that weird, like crazy, like weirdness that happens in the last hour of the space, we bottle that and drink it before the spaces every night. So that's our ritual, and that's how we keep our energy. Fun
There's
fact.
also a special holiday
Alpha.
flavor, so whenever there's holidays, we still show up and we get extra juice.
That's right. I love how Joshua,
That
every
is-
time Joshua hears anything that sounds like a little bit like lore or a story, he's 100% there for it. He's like,
I
and then on the holidays,
genuinely,
we get the
Telling
extra
me
juice,
more.
and we go into the
I am
castle,
going-
and we have to beat them.
I'm going to be uncharacteristically genuine for a moment. I actually, that makes me so happy every time you do that, Josh, because it's fantastic, because it's like, it is, it's storytelling at its best. It's just like, oh yeah, that could make a good story. And then you just run with it. And it's fantastic. Like when you
Turns out
messaged me
Joshua
earlier
Fisher
today, going
was-
like, "Oh, what were those ideas that you had earlier?" And I was like, I don't know." Like,
It turns out
No,
Joshua
those are
Fisher was
classics.
storytelling NFTs all along. He was the meme.
This is it. We're making it happen as we speak, doing it live.
Now
I can't
back
find
to
the soundboard. Do it live. So, is there anything that the Utes nouns, I'm just calling them that for now because otherwise we're going to be drowning in nomenclature all evening. Is there anything that that Utes nouns are have up and coming that maybe we should know about that we don't already know, which is most things?
Hey, can I ask you a question first? Who came up with the idea of doing this
Absolutely.
like every single day?
If I ever find out, no. I think it was
There was a
142,
group
right?
of 10 Nounders, and they developed a project called Nouns, and they decided to do one a day every day forever, thus
You
setting
just-
us on the journey.
In the beginning, the universe was created. This
was
made
a
a lot of people
challenge
very
with-
upset
How
and
far
widely
back did
regarded
you
as a
want us
bad
to go?
move.
A challenge to the Nouns folk.
Josh is like that one uncle that you ask to tell a very simple story, and it goes back to their
Josh, I'm
childhood.
gonna
Like,
if we
oh, God.
ever meet
guys
at a
talk
made a
convention, I'm
terrible
gonna bring a
mistake.
loot.
confidence now. I'm just going to be going extra hard. Like you said, you like it, so now I'm just going to be telling like. all
Josh,
sorts of
if
goofy
we
stuff.
ever do a 9 o'clock live where we're in the same room, I'm just gonna bring a lute and accompany you when you tell
Amazing.
these stories like a bard in a tavern.
No,
Oh,
but,
oh my
but
God!
seriously, I
You know,
think
you know the NFT project Loot, like LOOT. Joshua should make one called Loot, but it's just his stories.
LUTE.
Yeah, Loot. And RFT
Oh, that's
plays
cool.
Loot over top
So-
of Joshua.
but wait,
I have like 3. I could do it.
Wait, seriously though, noun o'clock. How did it start? Like there was
I think
like
this began with 4156, right? Like he created that
Right.
space and then did like a 15-minute contest, and that concept
It
was
was-
there, and then
It was funny because when it happened, when 4156 had that first space, I DM'd 142, and we've been working on some spaces for Prop House at the time, so we chatted a lot, and we both came to the chat almost at the same time. We were like, we should do a space for this tomorrow. It was really kind of synergistic. It was neat. So I am to blame, but all of these people were consensual at that time, and they cannot complain. They consented to doing this forever every day at that time, and they can't go back on it now, as far as I'm aware.
I got whipped for a week at 4 a.m. until it was 6 a.m. and then I joined. I was asleep for the first week, and then I was like, all right, I'll join from here on. And
Fashionably
been on
late.
all the crazy hours. Yeah,
and it was like basically around the idea that like noun o'clock could be, or like the question was like, could noun o'clock become like a moment that the internet cares about? And so we'll see.
Yeah.
So
Well,
far,
I mean,
for us, it has been, and
I think they
that,
care more now than they did a year ago. So that's
I mean,
I
that's
think that's
putting it
certainly true.
mildly. my sleep schedule follows it. So
Yeah, exactly. It is something special. It's something that like I don't think many, or if any, other projects or businesses or anything would really do. Something they have their Christmas party each year, or they have an anniversary party, or whatever, celebrate staff and things like that. But like we get to have a little celebration every single day, and it's like around the culture of this one auction, and then welcoming that new Nouner into the ecosystem and celebrating the next move. And I think it's like something else. It's
I mean, it's
do you
like
have
a
any
good
idea of the
intro
look
to the whole
that I
ecosystem.
got?
Sorry,
What's
go ahead.
that, RFG?
Oh no, I was just gonna say, do you have any idea of the looks that I got when people were inviting me to like New Year's parties last minute? And it's like, I'm sorry, I can't. And they're like, why? And I'm like, well, I'm gonna be hosting a show. They're like, oh, you're working? Like, are you gonna be at a club or something? And I had to tell them, no, I'm gonna be minting pixel art on Twitter.
Then she was like, 2 years ago, 10 people
and the
founded
sad
a
thing is,
project. Sorry, I can't do it as good as you.
after the fact, like when everybody's talking about like their like New Year's, like the way the New Year's celebrations that they had, out of all my friends, I probably had the best time.
Yeah.
Everybody else woke up on the first day of the new year feeling absolutely horrible and hungover. Then I woke up going like, wow, we had a good show last night. All right, what are we doing today? Let's get ready for the early bowl.
RFG's friends asked her what she was doing on New Year's, and she pulled out not one, but 3 loots. And began to tell the story.
I have a question for guest Bixby. Bixby, there's something looking at the youth ecosystem, the gods and the labs and what you guys are building. What are these sub communities that are forming along the traits? I don't know. Is it like along the traits you find like there's NounsDAO, and then there's like youths athletics, is youths, like different communities. Can you talk about it? Like how are they forming and how do they all come together in this big universe that is the D gods and youths ecosystem?
Yeah, no, totally happy to answer that. Yeah, so it's been really cool because I think for like basically there is a club, so to speak, for almost every trait. If you go to the Utes website, there's a section for clubs, and you'll see the list of clubs, and I forget what the number is. It's probably around 30, 35 clubs at the moment, and it's pretty cool because I think some traits, if you're like the Warhol glasses or obviously like the nouns glasses, I think it's pretty obvious in terms of the direction that you'd go with that. But some people, have a black hoodie and it's not really clear like what you're supposed to do as a club with a black hoodie. Or some other clubs have like the Frank headband after Frank Ocean, the musician, and so they have like a music focus to it. And so it's really, honestly, it's really up to the holders who have the different traits and what they want to do to the clubs. And like Youthletics, the one that you mentioned, they've been doing some really cool stuff just around fitness and kind of motivation and just getting Web3 people like super active and doing a lot of merch as well, athletic gear. And so it really, honestly, the sky's the limit in terms of people's imagination where they want to run with it. Just for some clubs, it's hard, like there's certain traits where you're like, we have no idea what we're supposed to be doing here.
I mean, I like youth athletics because Alpha, we may have a NAS drop with youth athletics, so I just wanted to sneak a plug in there. But yeah, it's really interesting. I really like it, and I think those communities essentially speak to what we're actually doing here. The same, more or less the same thing. Is that people are coming together for the culture and doing stuff that is amazing and building on top of the brand. So I'm excited to see that grow in youths.
Yeah, and it's super cool because I think like, for example, there's an Apple Club, which is kind of, so there's 2 traits in the Utes collection that are glasses that are related to Apple, the company. So there's the unibody frame, which is kind of a homage to the unibody of the MacBook. laptops. And then there's also like the retro Apple glasses, which is like a throwback to like that original like Apple logo that they did. And what they're doing is super cool. Like basically, they want to do some innovative things where they're looking at uh, raising the value of those two particular traits and working on like UX UI type stuff and kind of um, leading a certain kind of group of people who are advising on like UX UI. And so it's really cool. Like people are doing some really cool stuff. And I know Dust Labs, which is like the software counterpart to D Labs, which owns like DGods and Utes. They are trying to enable some functionality for the clubs in terms of, voting. And one of the things that Frank has mentioned and the team has mentioned is that they do want to set up some sort of governance where if you're actually like unhappy with one of your traits, you can actually vote, like do a vote with your holders of a certain club and maybe vote to change the trait. So maybe certain glasses just look kind of goofy or something, and folks can vote for it, and then hopefully get a change from the artist and the team. So there's cool stuff going on, and obviously I think like Utes bridging to Polygon, I think will be like just a very fascinating experiment to see play out because I think Polygon obviously is a entirely new blockchain and ecosystem for Utes and the DGods team. So yeah, it's going to be cool. I think it'll be fascinating to watch.
The good thing is that at least Polygon is not so far from Ethereum, so you're coming close to the neighbor. So sooner or later we're going to be all aping in and jumping in and getting to play with the Utes and the DGods. But it's amazing. It's amazing. Glad to see it grow. So what about, maybe just a final question, what about NounsDAO? Because I know you work directly in NounsDAO, and how's that coming together? And what about the tech behind that? Have you guys started building on these things?
Yeah, so we've been a little bit quiet the last month and a half, mainly because we've just been heads down, like building, and up until Christmas, December 25th, like literally, we've been working around the clock. Just so we have a nounder, his name is Kev, who has been helping with developing all the back end and everything that we would need for the governance and the voting and the proposals, and doing that for Solana. So that was where we were at on December 25th. Frank drops the news that we're bridging to Polygon, and we actually met that night on like Christmas night. A lot of us were like in the middle of Christmas dinners with our families and stuff, and just started chatting, about this Polygon move and what that would mean, and whether we pivot, like how exactly would we go ahead with building on Solana, or would we move to Polygon? And I mean, I'm sharing some alpha now because we haven't like officially announced this, but I love you guys so much, so I'm just going to share it. We basically have decided that we are going to fork, NounsDAO and all the open source resources that have been put together, and do the governance, the voting, proposals, all of that will be on Polygon. And I think it is pretty cool because with the Nouns, which is going to be our own kind of DAO issued collection, which I think you guys will absolutely love. Like I've been showing like my kids and my family members and just what we've been working on. And Pencils is the one of the artists for DGods, so he's been working on that with us actually for the last 2 months, and that collection is actually going to be on Polygon. And once we get everything set up in terms of the governance, the voting, and the auctions, we'll go ahead and get that collection out. Like mint that collection and have that run once a day on Polygon. So it's going to be super cool. And then on the Utes Noun side, we still believe in Solana. I think Solana is doing some amazing things. There's some amazing builders here and founders and projects, and so we do want to allow for even Solana folks to be able to participate in the governance. And so I think we're still thinking through how it would work out exactly, but I think what we'll do is potentially, keep a few Utes nouns on Solana and have them just voluntarily stay on Solana, so that if we needed to delegate and have people on Solana actually submit a proposal over to quote unquote what we have on Polygon, we'll be able to do that and do voting. And with Phantom Wallet actually integrating Polygon, and being on Solana as well, I think it'll make the experience super seamless for people on both Solana and Polygon. So in the beginning, it was kind of like, man, we have to pivot like really hard. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but after kind of thinking through everything and having a lot of meetings with everyone, I think we've decided it's actually a great opportunity for us to be on both blockchains, and we're super excited about it.
I just I can't click the button enough. There's so okay, so backstory here. I literally asked Bixby to be on the space about 2 minutes before we went live. I think literally 2 minutes before we went live, because I was just like, I don't think we have anybody for the space. I see Bixby's active and tweets are getting liked that I'm tagged in, that we're both tagged in. It's like, okay, well, it's clearly like he's awake. He's probably going to bed soon, but I might as well reach out, see if he's around, see if he wants to come up and share anything that he's working on, low key. And then you come on and just impromptu drop that.
Can I just share something with everybody? As we've been working around the clock, just trying to build and get things just shipped as fast as we can. But then we look at what Noun Square is doing and what all the Noun sub-DAOs are doing around us. And we're like, yo, guys, we're seriously not working hard enough here. First of all, this space is happening once a day, every single day. And you're tired because you've been meeting to talk about the website and governance. Let's get your shit together and let's do this.
Today we had our afternoon was booked today. We had House of Nouns, and then we had an internal meeting, and then we had Little Sister space, and then we had a Bud Light space, and then there was NARS.
And there was an announcement meeting right before that.
And there was an announcement meeting right before that. Yep, this morning.
That's why Aptoshi's not talking. She has no voice left after 16 spaces today. Either that, or we have the rare Naptoshi in our presence.
I think it's the Naptoshi side.
I think it might be the rare Naptoshi. I don't know how she's napping. She's about 30 feet away, and I'm yelling at my phone. But
hey, it's been a while since we had Naptoshi. I think since August 8th. Of 2022, the fateful day that Naptoshi was introduced to the world of nouns. So it's nice to have her back.
Over and over again.
It's like a real family. Someone always falling asleep while everyone else is partying, and you're like, oh, poor thing's worn out.
Goes over, puts a blanket on him, continues partying.
Exactly.
Actually, if you need to go put a blanket on Naptoshi and then come back, RFG, we can wait.
No, it's fine. No, we've got an early day tomorrow for some little bit of documentary stuff in the morning. So I'm actually just so that's been going on. So that's been fun. We had quite a few people from around the Nouniverse hanging out here recently. I'm
so jealous to be on the other end of a phone, just digitally hanging out. I think it'd be really
honestly
cool.
Well, this is the thing that's hilarious, is that it's actually been a little bit of a logistical nightmare, because I'm staying here, and we're all hanging out in the same place geographically, but then we all have to be in the same spaces and meetings, so we all end up having to go into separate rooms.
Yeah. Otherwise, you get all the echo.
To talk to each other.
Yeah, need little booths.
It's hilarious, and it's the same thing that I ran into in literally in high school. My friends and I would play video games together, and then on weekends sometimes we'd meet up to just play video games, and the only difference was that if I did something stupid, my friends could hit me. It's just.
Yeah.
And the internet connection was worse because we were all trying to connect over the same same router. So it was.
We should have a challenge. How many of us can all pile into one account at any given time? So anytime we have meetups, we all try and pile into the one PFP
I
And
think
everyone's like, who
the
is
record
this?
currently is at was at NFT NYC, right? When we did the 9 o'clock live, and there was like
Yeah, I think that's the
Koff,
bar.
me, Toshi, the Rat Pack, a couple other people, just like all sitting around a table.
Yeah,
That could be a
props.
pretty
Yeah,
fun
that's right.
contest, though. You just made me think of Joshua. Put this one in your back pocket for later, but just challenge people to take the biggest group photo of Nounish people. Like they got to make Noggles or not Noggles T-shirts or something, and just take the biggest group photo, and then we can just
Yeah.
like put them all together into a collage.
The more heads, the better. They're like, you know.
So excited for Davin to sweep that by just putting Nouns T-shirts on like an entire village.
Yeah, I mean, hey, he's gonna have his work
He's
cut
already
out
set
for
the
him.
bar.
You know,
Yeah.
India just surpassed China today as the world's most populous nation. So maybe we'll get some people from India who will come and just blow poor Davin out of the water.
We did a huge
Jesse,
group
where are
photo
you?
at the school the other day with all the kids, and they're all wearing the lo-fi noggles.
Amazing.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
That is
good.
so good.
That's good, Brett, and I'm impressed. But it's not going to be good enough for this particular contest, unfortunately. You're gonna have to up your game.
It would only be good enough if it happened while the contest was running, but unfortunately, we just came up with the idea, so sorry.
Actually, I think Mike Mongo is going to win that contest because he's just going to take a picture from space, and he's going to be like, "Bam, all of them."
Yeah.
all of them.
No, he's going to take a picture from space and just like slap a pair of noggles up against the window so it looks like the Earth is wearing them. That would be a really cool shot. It would look like the Earth had down.
You win this round, Mike Mongo. You always do.
That would be my Bud Light suggestion, is because I think he's going up in blue, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, the NASCAR version with his upside down noggles of the Bud Light noggles from space.
He's actually got some of Klim's fun glasses that are blue and upside down already, I think. I've seen him wearing those, which is cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
The Swami and I are planning to get 5,000 sets of Klim's lo-fi noggles and put them on people at a ski resort in the next few months. So hopefully we can get like a huge amount of people. We'll see. I don't know. We might.
I tried the lo-fi noggles on today for the first time, and they are surprisingly comfortable. Like you wouldn't expect it because they're paper. But
I want to order 5,000 of those, but not for any kind of activation, just so that I can have an entire drawer at my house where I just every morning I wake up and I take a fresh pair of noggles and I put them on before anything else. And at the end of the day, I just discard my old ones because that's the life of luxury.
I did that with socks for a few years when I was younger because I found out that if you put new socks on every day, your day is really good. Like the fresh feeling of new socks in the morning, and then you go out for the day.
You're
like,
just throwing out single-use socks for a while?
Yeah. I would just give them to people in the family. Like, hey, give them to my brother, and my partner would just use them. I'm like, no, I've already worn those ones. It went for like 3 years or something.
Ben, the more I learn about you, the more confused I am, honestly.
We all have weird phases in our youth. Yours are just a little weirder than most.
I'm experimental. What can I say?
I mean, my weird phase in my youth is doing this for a living. So,
I was so glad to be part of your weird phase.
Yeah, this gets added to my weird new sock ideas, and like later on when I'm 50, I'm like, and we've been doing these daily spaces as well, celebrating a little thing that happens on the internet, and so I'll be proud of it. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, Grandpa, it was before the merge. Are you serious?
Yeah, exactly. You did this. You were like live.
We watched the merge live on a space. What was it like to watch the merge? Very uneventful. Nothing happened.
Well, it was interesting though because Dev Carrot was on with us. Remember? And Dev Carrot was on with us, and we're like, "So what's going to happen?" He's like, "Well, hopefully, either nothing or something very terrible." We're like, "Oh God."
Yeah. And then nothing happened, and we were like, "Was that it?" And somebody's like, "I think that was it."
We even labeled the space the emergency space, and we're like, "Well, nothing happened, but this was fun."
This was fun, but the pun was worth it.
Yeah,
It was like Y2K, except all the smart people knew nothing was going to happen.
yeah, and we just gathered around it for fun. It's like having a Y2K party, and I'm sure that happened too.
Oh, absolutely. Must have.
By the time Y2K was really pulling up, though, everyone knew we'll be fine. But there was
Yeah.
still
By the
people
time it
scared.
was pulling up, I like how you put it. It's like, he talked a big talk, but by the time he was pulling up, we knew he was full of shit. That Y2K guy.
You're just reminding me of this kid that's gone viral on TikTok a few times. He's like this like high schooler in Long Island. Where it's like, hey, Big Tone, what's the quote of the day? It just says
I've
like
seen
stuff
that.
like that.
I've seen
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 5'10", but I stand on my money. I'm 5'10", and he just walks away.
That's pretty good.
It's
Well,
Now
fantastic.
back to the gas. No, I don't know.
Is there? You already dropped so much alpha. I'm hesitant to ask if you have more.
Yeah, you've dropped
No,
so
I
much
don't-
alpha. We'll take beta at this point. Can you give us?
I got a little game we could play if you want. It's called Stump Toady, and see if you can ask something about nouns that stumps Toady.
Oh,
Wait,
that's
what?
fun.
Sorry, what was it?
It's called Stump Toady, and so
Okay.
Bigsby, you can ask anything about nouns that you're curious about, and
Okay.
see if Toady knows the answer.
All right.
Why did-
One word of warning. I know a lot about nouns, and I'm also very good at the game Balderdash. So go ahead, Bixby.
No, I actually was curious. On Polygon, what is the nouns like presence like on Polygon? Because I guess for folks who are on Ethereum, Polygon is just like a extension, right? It's a layer 2 on a layer 1. But
Yeah.
are there any sub-DAOs? Like, is Bonies on Polygon?
No,
No.
Bonies is on Ethereum mainnet.
Okay.
I know there was a collection on Polygon. I'm trying to think. I think Haps. Isn't Haps's collection on Polygon? I think it is.
Yeah, the board nouns. Actually, it's when I'm actually in the space. It's my my PFP. Yeah, the board noun gang is on Polygon.
Board noun gang. There you go.
So
Board noun gang. Board noun gang is. Oh wait, it is on Ethereum. It says. I could have sworn that it was on Polygon.
I think he switched over. Yeah, he started on Polygon and then switched over because there was a few of us who were like, "Oh, this would be sick on ETH, man." So
God damn it, Haps! You made me lose the first stump toad. You made me lose the first stump toady.
You still win. You claim something that started on Polygon. Point 1.
Yeah,
anyone
on
else?
Polygon.
Who's next? Are you not entertained?
Killing nouns are on Polygon.
Bring it on.
I think it's good though. I think it's like potentially a good move for the ecosystem to add more chains there and kind of bring a more legitimacy and more reason to be using that network. I guess that's a way to expand in another direction, because there's definitely people that are like, ETH fees, no thanks. And I just don't know how many people, but in saying that, I've got a whole ton of Polygon NFTs myself. Like I don't really pay attention whether it's on ETH or Polygon, except when it's like, yo, you're on the wrong network. I'm like, click change, done. Like I just don't think much beyond that. And then when I'm like, yeah, it's super low gas, but I got 0 Matic. You know what I mean? So I need to bridge something.
You seem to be like obviously a high level collector, and like I feel like you make a lot of your choices on the things that you mint based on like who is the artist, what is the project, and like there's like collectible level, and it's not always maybe, I don't want to speak for you, but for me, it's not always like a financialized decision.
No,
so like
definitely.
It really depends, like, what the purpose of the collection is to me. Because like if the purpose of the collection is to like signal community and organize, and like, then why not put it on Polygon if you think that's fun? Like that's fine.
Yeah, for sure. And I definitely do not look at NFT purchasing as a financial decision. I think getting exposure to nouns has an aspect of that for sure, but pretty much all of the other ones I've bought over the past 12 months have been just, they're all essentially getting vaulted. If you want to think of it like that, I'm just collecting. except all the editions that I get multiples of. I'll be sending them to people and trying to onboard people with them and stuff like that. But yeah, like I'm terrible at selling NFTs, and so like when it comes to the financial side, it just comes down to how much ETH have I got and how much am I going to need until I get more. That's pretty much it. And
Yeah.
then I just grab all the best things I can find and FOMO into things that have only got a day left on the mint. And when I say FOMO in, I don't FOMO into random contracts. I'm talking about things that I'm fully aware of, like getting minted off a Manifold contract or Zora or something like that. But yeah, it's all about it's like I'm just making a giant digital scrapbook. That's kind of how I see it, just collecting memories and putting it all together.
Giant does not cover it. You are making an absolutely gargantuan digitals. Josh linked a link to your rainbow, like to view your the benbody.e.
It was like
and
glitching
I
out
did like
as
see
you
the
scrolled
POAPs
down.
and I clicked on it and I was just you're like scroll down to the POAPs and I was like, this is gonna take me a long time.
In hindsight,
I'm
it's kind of a
scrolling
that
through.
was
missed opportunity.
loading for like 30 minutes.
That's not even
In
my
hindsight,
NounsDAO
Yes.
it's kind of a missed opportunity for TNS. So we probably should have just put together a really attractive package of Nounish NFTs, and then Ben would have just worked for us for like 6 months for no ETH. We just give him.
Yeah. Just keep minting.
We'll give you 2 nodes, 3 bonies, 4 lost nouns. Ben's like, I'm in.
Done.
I mean, if we're throwing lost nouns in the mix, I might think about my.
I was gonna say with
competition as
lost
well.
nouns, I don't know. That's
I mean, this is an efficiency upgrade, right? Then I don't have
Bonies,
to
I'll take bonies too. Don't get it twisted. I'll definitely take bonies as comp all day long.
Actually, our next prop is going to be completely in
What can I
bonies.
do for you, sir?
We are we're pioneering a new type of proposal to NounsDAO. We're going to be asked to be funded completely in bonies. So
I'm in.
I don't know how it's going to work
Put
exactly
me on
yet.
the
I think it'll
multi-sig.
have to be
We're
the
gonna have to
DAO
put together. We're gonna put together a bony
custom
acquisition
contract.
committee.
Yes,
Is the bone pin edition
a boner
still open?
acquisition committee. Yeah, that's right.
that'll
What could go wrong?
oh
It's
god, there's so many jokes I want to make right now.
We'll just call ourselves the
9999 is
Fluffers.
working on a custom contract that will take the ETH and buy all of the bonies off the floor and then transfer the bonies over to the TNS wallet where we can then use them for our allocations, etc. So yeah, we're really looking forward to that, Boney, and thank you for your
I missed the
cooperation.
bone pin edition.
Thank you
and
for
I
your
had to buy it on
TNS sponsorship, Bonnie.
Well,
You have
why do you
joined
think
the
Boney's spending
illustrious
so
ranks
much
of
time in
Stamps.com.
Why do you think Boney's spending so much time in a hot shower? How do you think he can afford all that hot water?
Oh my god! All right, this is too much. I'm satisfied. I'm happy with everything that has gone on tonight. I'm happy that Bigsby joined on, I think, the shortest notice we've ever had for a guest.
Yeah, except when they're
thank
just in the
you.
audience and we're like, "Yo, come up and chat." So I guess the last call. But yeah, this was pre-planned with 2 minutes. That's amazing. Well done.
It was awesome. I'm also just really, I've wanted to bring you back on the Noun Square for a while now, and I just wasn't sure like when a good time, because like you said, it's the middle of the night. So I was like, I think I know his time zone. I'm gonna let it sit until we're in a more comfortable time, and then be like, oh yeah, like just tonight I got tagged in a tweet to put you in contact with Big Shot Clem, who I incidentally met the other night. So yeah, it's and I was just like, okay. This guy's every time I see you on my timeline, you're building, and I was like, we need him back. We need to see.
Show us what
Yeah,
you
no,
do.
I'm so glad you reached out, Robot Fish Girl, and honestly, like whenever you want to have us on or provide updates, like we will always make time for you guys. If it's just please not like 2 a.m. or like 4 a.m. we need to sleep and all that stuff, but
Well, unfortunately,
Anytime,
we can't
anytime.
control when this space is. Trust me, we would
You
if we
know,
could.
you know what, Tony? You know what, Tony? This is enough, man. This is enough. You've exacted too much of your will. People doing spaces like every single day is just too much. It's
He
too
must be
much.
stopped. He can't keep getting away with it. Is that what you're saying?
He's going
Fair.
mad
Yes.
with imaginary power.
We're gonna put up our TNS prop for renewal, and Bigsby's gonna come out publicly and vehemently. This man must be
Basically,
stopped.
start putting the prop
He's
saying
literally
Tony's got too
abusing
much
dozens of
power.
people.
He asked me to come on his spaces at 4 in the morning. What the hell?
Yeah, that's the best part about this show, inviting guests and being like, hey, you want to come on our space? We do this around 9 o'clock. And like, yeah, cool. When is it? And you tell them, and they're like, oh, 3 in the morning. I don't know if I can.
Yeah, so, somebody.
You
It's like,
really
oh,
have to
I was
bury.
looking for some advice.
But
You really have to bury the lead at this
a little
time
bit.
of
But
night.
also,
You
on
gotta
the
bury
other
the lead.
hand,
Listen, we'd love to have you on the show. Oh yeah, I want to hear about your. Oh yeah, tell me about your project. Yeah, tell me more about it. That's really great. People are gonna love it. So it's at 3 a.m. and we'd love to have you. We'd love to have
so,
you there.
no, but here's the thing. You can be strategic about it. Like, for instance, I wanted to get Bigsby on the show, but I didn't message him until just before the show started so I could jump scare him and give him energy to be.
Right, and then he can't say I'm sleeping. Right, he can't
They know
say
I'm
that.
awake.
So
They know I'm here.
he's got fewer excuses.
Well,
No, but
I'm gonna have to
there
be
is
a
one thing that I do like about the drift, which is that we, instead of being like North America based or like US based or anything like that, because of the drift, we are globally based.
We're just based.
Which sounds
We're
like
based. We're based AF.
I realized it as soon as I said it. No, but we're global. We because of the fact that we've now drifted, 20 or no, 32 hours or something like that. Maybe 30.
Yeah, about that.
Something like
Well,
that. We can talk to people from all around the world within time zones that are reasonable for them instead
Yeah,
of
it's actually a
forcing
GM
somebody.
in Europe right now. It's a GM somewhere.
That's the
Yeah.
real key. We got to book, and Cardino's coming on to help us with some booking during this winter time. And
That actually reminds me to-
focus on some European folks and some Australian folks and some Asian folks who couldn't come on before for the exact same reason, because it was like always midnight or 2 a.m. in Singapore or wherever. So that's all. Just got to shift to asking
We've got
the right
some we've got some rather social nounish people in Finland that have been waiting for 9 o'clock to move around to a convenient AM time for them. And
Nice.
I
You
think
should
we're about
be
there.
on 9 o'clock at the Noun Sauna with the Finnish folks.
With the social nouns. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That would be cool.
Hey, can I ask everybody a funny question? So I actually met somebody today, D-Gods, and I don't know if people have had a chance to look through like all the D-Gods traits, but there is one glasses trait in the D-Gods collection called the Rugrats glasses. And there's a few holders with the Rugrats frames who reached out to me, and I met with them today. And they were so bullish on what we were doing with NounsDAO that they were like, hey, can we join? And this guy literally sent me a picture of one of the Rugrats from that show, like that old show, where like the side profile of the Rugrats
It's not
frames.
that old.
It's not that old. It's not that old. Let me clarify. Yeah. But they asked and they were like, hey, like, you should bring us into NounsDAO. Like, these look exactly like the Nouns glasses. And I was like, that is a
Chucky.
really cool idea.
Yeah,
well,
I love that.
it's actually interesting. Gaber Super, I don't know how to pronounce the name, followed me a while ago. So he's definitely nounish and cruising around the Nouniverse and figuring this stuff out. And absolutely, Chucky is nounish as like that. They are definitely noggles from back then.
I found the same thing. I can't find that site right now, but the site that has all your traits on it. What's that called? Which one is it? Because I don't want to go to a scam site right now. The one that shows all the different traits.
You need to connect your wallet, and there's a link that you click, and then it's going to just send everything that you own to me.
Wait a minute.
Sounds perfect. Where do I sign up?
Oh my God, I've lost all of my Solana holdings.
It sounds like a fun game.
I feel bad for laughing
the
this time.
zero. No, it is so funny, Tony, because I know that there is 0 Solana in your wallet.
Yo, you guys know
Well,
Gaber Cuspo
there's definitely
is
0
Nounist,
Solana
right?
in my Ethereum wallet. Yes. Sorry, what
Yeah.
was that, John?
Gaber Cuspo, who created Rugrats, is into NFTs and was following Nouns early on.
Yeah, that's what Ben was just talking about.
That's what, yeah.
He did kind of butcher the name, though, to be fair, so you can be forgiven.
I might have butchered it.
Well, it's a CSU. I don't know how to pronounce
Supo?
CSU.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So
There's no need for that. Just
don't
kidding.
Yeah. Who came up with that name?
all right, I'm tired. I have a POAP. Does somebody want to do a retweet picker?
Yeah, I can
I
run one.
already did. Did
You
do it
already
too?
did.
Oh,
Fantastic.
Battle
I have
of
a
the
POAP
retweet
ready, so if
pickers.
you want to give away the retweet picker, I can give you a drum roll.
Ben, did you say you have one?
No, I just said I could run one.
I got one. I've got one. I'm ready. Ready when you are.
All right, let's do the POAP first, then we'll do the retweet picker.
Oh, okay. All right.
See you
Wait
at
then.
the 10.
Or do you want to do them the other way around? Because I've got the POAP ready to go.
Well, let's do the retweet picker because the POAP now takes 25 minutes to claim.
That's true. Okay, that is true. So, the retweet picker winner for today's space is
Pastel Eth at Pastel Eth. I think he was on a space with us earlier as well.
Yeah, he was.
Congratulations, Pastel Eth. You just won 0.069 ETH, which is a lot more than the 0.00069 ETH that RFG promised you at the top of the show. So you should be elated by all means.
I've got 2 brain cells left, and they're fighting for third place. Let me live. And now I also have got a POAP ready for all of you. POAP stands for Proof of Attendance Protocol, and it is all you have to do to get your POAP is to go to poap.xyz and download the application. Once you have downloaded that application, you just click the mint button in the bottom right-hand corner. Then you tap secret word. And today's secret word is back to the guest 100. So back to the guest 100. BACKTOTHEGUEST 100.
I'm doing
And
it.
then we've got to select the lowest number on the screen over and over again until we get to 1,000.
To reiterate, this is here to stop people from farming the POAPs, which was happening a lot. So I guess it's good that they don't have to deal with that. But we have given them the feedback that it does feel just a little bit more onerous than maybe it needs to be.
I was going to use the word oppressive, but onerous works too.
I mean, it is owner oppressive for sure.
It does. You know what? It credit where it's due. It does prevent bots from getting the POAPs. It also prevents everybody else. But
oh god, like
It's
how
not
am
that
I
bad
so
for me
bad
anymore.
at this game?
Yeah, you slowly
You
get
have to
used to
go
it because as they
You
change,
have
you
to
see
go
where the new ones
slow,
come up.
and
I
then
am
you
not
can
used
kind
to
of.
it.
If you go slower, you actually can start to follow the pattern a little because you just like you remember where the new ones popped up.
Yeah, you can kind of see where they just popped up. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. So you can just remember where they used to be. It's really easy.
No, I'm just saying if you go slower, it's like sometimes you can. That worked for me.
I got it.
Jeez.
It's
You
a lot
got there
easier
in
when
the
you're
end.
not.
Obviously,
It's a
this
lot
thing
easier when you're
is
not
for-
hosting the show. I will say that, FG. So.
Yeah.
That's, you know what? That is fair because I just had a really tough time with that. That's why I just went quiet.
Yeah, you basically just got to go head down for a minute and just be like, all right, guys, we're all doing the POAP right now. Maybe we need POAP music that goes for 2 minutes.
A moment of silence. A moment of silence for the days when we could easily get the POAP.
We'll have POAP music tomorrow. I'll whip something up on NounsDAO.
Oh,
Right.
how about the Jeopardy music? The Jeopardy music, just to make it even more stressful for everybody. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've got
that'll go well.
I've got
Make
a
sure to
bunch of
click the
amazing.
right buttons in the right order, or else you'll never be able to get another POAP again.
Wow.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean,
I had to click another button to stop the music.
Oh, you
there's the
chose
last
well.
few.
You chose well.
I've got the last few POAPs of artwork here that I'm looking at from Trizzy Trunk, and they are cool. It's a rad style, nothing like we've seen before. So I'm excited to upload these ones, and we'll be able to see them by tomorrow's show.
Awesome.
I'm
looking forward to that.
Song, if you need one, or do you have one already?
Did you already pick an outro song? I'm happy to go with whatever you went with, because I have been so focused on all the ridiculous alpha that Bigsby was dropping that I haven't even thought about outro music.
Not to mention the beta and the zeta that he dropped as well. Like that's
yeah,
good.
I mean, just left and right. I cannot believe that how fantastic of a guest you were on probably the shortest notice we've ever had.
But by the way, the zeta was when he tried to fish me live on the air. That was the zeta.
Hey, Toady, I'm going to try to fish you again. So more coming, man.
I'll be ready. I'm in danger.
I'm coming for your Solana.
I'm in danger.
All right. I got some needs. I need the money. Thanks for coming, everybody. Happy Friday. It's Friday almost everywhere now.
It is.
Except maybe like
Friday
Hawaii.
the 13th.
Maybe Hawaii is not yet.
Hawaii's not Friday yet. That's about it.
Hawaii is the only place in the world where it's not Friday yet.
Yeah, Easter Island.
This song is called Ramen and OJ, by the way. Which actually sounds pretty delicious right now, I'm not gonna lie. I have both.
Yeah, it really does.
I'm not gonna lie, I might go make some ramen and OJ after this show.
All right, GN, everybody. Thanks for coming out to 9 o'clock at the Noun Square. We will be back tomorrow, probably at about the same time, maybe 1:50. We had a short FOMO today. We'll see you then. All right, I'm rugging you all. Have a good night, everybody.